All right, so basically you get like 40 minutes each time. But I think what I was saying, yeah, I don't be taking people like that on vacation. You gotta mean something to me to take on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I used to be a bad person back in the day, just feel like that, and it just depends on what a vacation was to certain people. Because
Yeah, true.
you could take that on Myrtle Beach, it's the best thing ever. Or
Mm-hmm.
like me and my wife, we go to Miami, stuff like
That's
that.
what's up.
That's the type of vibes we on.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know. Me, I would like to have some done if I'm going with the male. Like, and then with the woman, I do have an attraction to women too,
Hmm.
but I feel like it's more easier to not need it because again, I think it's just not something that when women are together, they're not necessarily looking at. But again, it really depends on your sexuality as well. So, but if I'm going with a male and then he makes it very clear there's nothing going on, all right, we need to bring a group of friends because
Oh
ain't
man,
no way you not gonna give me none, and I need to
stop.
pick out of your friends as well. Like, come on.
Talk about you not on.
Either way, I just don't want it to be like. I mean, if it does come down to it, I want it to be a conversation where you're like, in that case, we would have to get separate rooms. So if and when I do pick up somebody up, have a one night stand as a grown woman, you don't feel no way after that. Like if you're saying there's nothing in between us, cool, that's fine. But let me at least do my own thing when it comes down to that. So,
That's smart. And it's mature about it. Like, hey,
mm-hmm,
I'm doing what I'm doing, you doing what you're doing.
exactly.
Unless you change your mind.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. I will never like I think I am confident when it comes to approaching men, but I want men to also be comfortable to want it too. Like I don't want to force it upon them or whatever. Like if you tell me like, I'm feeling a little some, I'm gonna tell you too. Like I was thinking a little some too. What's up? Like that type of thing. But again, I want to respect everybody's boundaries and stuff like that. So if it's just me and a guy, we're gonna have to bring a group of friends. Like it just can't be just us two.
I feel it. All right, what's the next one? I did that one. Do you think colorism is still prevalent in our society?
Absolutely. What?
You
Oh my
you
gosh.
got any personal examples?
Personally, no. Actually, well, when I was like in high school, or no, not high school, like middle school, but we call it junior high out here, where like people of color, black people were calling me like this acronym of HBO. I'm Haitian, and
Mm.
the acronym is Haitian body odor. Like they assume that all Haitians were dirty, nasty, they smell and stuff like that. And at that time, I didn't really think or even consider as colorism, and colorism wasn't really something I knew then. I was still young, but thinking of it now, I was like, damn, my own black people was really looking at me as someone who was dirty because I'm darker than them, or just because of a stereotype they assume to be. But obviously it still exists. I mean, it's crazy because a lot of people don't assume that my parents are Haitian unless they hear certain things. Like my mom's very fair skinned, like as well as my little sister. Like they're lighter than me,
Hmm.
and I'm pretty sure they get moments of like, wow, you're light. Like I would assume you're like something else or. But I don't really see it, but I see it a lot on social media. People, women only like light skinned men, or dark skinned men only like light skinned women. I will never really truly understand that until like I hear an actual story about it. But it still doesn't register to me as to why there is a certain a certain likeness for a lighter skin or darker skin when all of us is just black
Black.
people.
Yeah, it's
Right.
solid.
Like it
Like,
doesn't make no sense
like we
to
all
me.
black.
Right. And so like and you can't help who you fall in love with. So I feel like people are just trying to be closed-minded when it comes to certain things like that. Like, you never know. Your blessings could be a light-skinned woman or a dark-skinned woman or whatever, or vice versa. But I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. And I hate to say this, but a lot of the conversations I do hear, a lot of people use the fact that it's either a reflection of what they grew up from their mother or whatever. And I get that as something, as being a past trauma of a certain color acting a certain way, but that should not be for everybody. You know what I'm saying? You should not say all dark skinned people
Yeah,
are
it's stereotype.
nasty, or they don't clean or whatever, or all light skinned are just cocky, whatever, thinking that they better than us. Or those are things that we either literally put upon people because of either jealousy or past traumas or whatever, but it still doesn't affect. It should not be for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
everybody's black. Some might identify something as black or white, but regardless, for some, which is actually an interesting thing, is when you think about those who are mixed, which race is more dominant? Is it black or white?
Well, I
So, and
mean,
that
they
that
treat you differently depending on what side you take on.
right.
There's actually an Atlanta episode about that.
Oh, really? Wait, I've seen all of it. I've seen all that.
Like the new season.
Yeah, I don't think I've. No, they fit. Yeah.
So
Wait,
you watched the one where it was in black and white
in black and yeah.
when Kevin Samuels was on there.
Yeah, I have.
That's
I
the one
have.
that like explained that like he wanted to choose his black side when they were giving out free scholarships, but
Mm-hmm.
he was his
Yeah.
white. He used his white side when he was around his friends.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, I don't know. I do believe it's still prevalent. Like it's still a whole. It's like I don't think it's like a huge thing, but it's still a whole light skin versus dark skin kind of like you know versus like I don't know why we like go against each other. Where like you said, we're all black.
Exactly.
Police gonna be like, oh, black male. Don't matter if you light skin or not.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
No.
But I also think it does, now thinking about it, it does also come with history too, because I know, when it, like, even slavery times, where a white man was interested into a black woman, and she bare children that was light, and they were looked at as like, oh, you're privileged enough to be in a house because you got whatever. And so I feel like technically it was just basically the white man forcing us to think that lighter people are way better than darker people. So obviously there's history behind it, and of course that's something that's been known for. But at the same time, it's something that we should, continue to have conversations on. But I don't know if there's like a fix. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless, we're gonna have this conversation, and people are gonna feel this way either way. So I don't think there's necessary fix, but I do think there's got to be conversations of one understanding each other and where the mindset is coming from too.
Yeah, and
So
everybody's view is just kind of skewed. So
right,
everybody's gonna have their own preference and stuff like that.
exactly.
All right, kind of got through that kind of quick. This is actually I asked my wife this question. Why can't some people be happy without a man or a woman?
I don't know. I think it's gotten to the point where, you know, I think as a society, there's always the stigma of you've got to be in a relationship to have this, that, whatever. I don't know. I guess just having that partner for me, I guess, is, I just want somebody who I can have access to on a daily basis. That's kind of hard. I am happy without one, but I don't know. I guess it just doesn't give me access to what I would really want. Because if you can be happy and do your own thing, but at the same time, like, there's labels behind that. Oh, you fucking everybody, you a hoe, you a slut, this, that, and the third. I think for me, I don't know if it's not necessarily being labeled any of that, because I have no problems in telling you my past. I have no problems in telling you I'm a grown woman at the same time. But I don't know. I still want a partner. I still want where I don't necessarily have to go out and search somebody to do these certain things, I guess. But
Okay.
it's possible to be happy without a partner. But like, some people do regret in long terms. Like, damn, I wish I had somebody who I can die with, who can take care of me. Like, I don't know if you've seen it, but there was something on social media where a woman works in a hospital, and she noticed a certain demographic of men, Black men, coming in with no support at all. Like, I don't even know, she was on the topic of women, but the way she was talking, it seemed like they had no support, period, like no family to come and help them and stuff like that. So it's, I guess, to the point, to her degree, like, it, I mean, it may be beneficial to have a partner. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
feel you.
I don't know.
We can talk more about this after the pod. I got somebody I can put you on with for real.
Okay.
But what was I about to say? Yeah, I don't know why people can't be happy. I think more or less people are there are some people who are dependent on it. Like they always
Yeah,
got to be in a relationship, whether it's good or bad. Some people are just kind of like I just don't like being lonely. That's another one.
that too. Yeah.
Um, Another reason I think it's just like people look at I guess you could say society or social media, and it's kind of like looked down upon to not have somebody. And it doesn't help when your parents or your grandparents or something like that is always looking at you like, so when you gonna get a man? When you gonna do this? Like that'd be
True.
annoying. That'd be annoying too. So I could,
But you know what? I haven't, maybe I'm not hearing it very much, but I do see that in a way. I don't, I do believe, like, past generations, they do believe that there should be a partner to take care of, oh my God, to take care of yourself. Like, I know from my father, when I had graduated from boot camp, he did say, like, I can't wait. Of course, he wasn't saying that he was expecting it of me, but I can't wait to be a grandfather when you have kids and get married and stuff like that.
I'm
And
hearing that now. I'm like, what? I'm like, can I live?
right. And so now, but I guess people don't realize, being alone and being happy without a significant other is worth living. Like, now, but thankfully for social media, it does show people are taking trips on their own. They're doing things that they love. They're focusing on their careers, stuff like that. And of course, um, having a person of it, I would see it as a plus, but it's not necessarily needed, because you can do all these things on your own and not have to be, quote unquote, distracted, if that makes sense. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
So what you want to do in life?
yeah.
I'm trying to. I feel it. Uh, I feel like I had one more question. I gotta like find it.
I told them this and they don't listen.
It's all good. What's the one? I think I'm gonna have like two more, and then we could be straight. Would you ever date somebody that your sibling dated?
Would I date somebody what?
That your sibling dated?
Hell no. Hell no. Fuck no. Because their likes are not my likes. Their interests are not my interests. Their taste in men is not my taste in men.
All right. Well, let me rephrase it. I feel like this. Who's your celebrity crush?
My celebrity crush,
Mm-hmm.
it would either be between Chris Brown or, I don't know if you're familiar with Audio Push, but one of them, the dreads, the one with the dreads, his name's Octane. He's my celebrity crush.
I
But
do know.
I would choose him first because he's been, yeah.
All right. So if one of your sisters dated Chris Brown, and then Chris Brown said he wanted to talk to you, would you date him?
I don't think so. I don't know. Like, of course, that's a conversation that I would have to have with my sister, but like, I don't know. I'd be motherfucking damn though. Like, damn, bitch, you fucking knew I like this man, and you gon'
Yeah.
like now. Again, I think it's more of a respect level thing. Like, I would want her blessings to make it okay for me to do so. But if not, then I wouldn't even step that boundary. Of course, I would want to maintain a friendship. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, listen, hey, what's up? Like, and grown people do grown things, but I would
Mm-hmm.
not want to, like, have a relationship in that type of ordeal. Like, you've already had a relationship with my sister. I don't want to do that. But yeah, like, Chris Brown, let's be friends. Like, what's up, my nigga? Like, yeah, let me go on trips and shit like that with you, bro. Like, but nah, I don't think I would. It would more have to be a conversation I have with my siblings more than me just going for it just because he's my celebrity crush.
Okay.
I'll be damn though. Bitch, you
All
knew I
right.
liked this nigga.
All right. Last one is, what's the red flags that make you to stop talking to somebody immediately?
You know what? And I'm gonna be real as shit about this. As many times I've seen so many red flags in a person or people, I don't think I necessarily walk away until I'm like, truthfully, everybody notice red flags on people, but like, you don't necessarily walk away as quickly as possible as soon as they're being introduced. Me personally, like, I'm willing to at least give them somewhat of the benefit of the doubt before. I know, and it's bad, but I'm being real honest. I'm being real honest. Like, the only time I know when to walk away is when I know my life is in harm's way. And that's only happened maybe once or twice in the past relationships I had. Red flags obviously are something you can't ignore, but they're in a way somewhat, for me as a person who I am, there's something that I of course consider. And I'm not quick to judge so quickly, when it comes to people. Like, again, I go back to giving them the benefit of the doubt, and it really depends how bad the red flag is. Like, anything that involves you harming me in any way, oh yeah, absolutely, I'm not finna deal with you. Like, if you tell me in the past relationship or on me period that you put your hands on a woman or put your hands on me, I'm out. I've already dealt with that. I don't want to go through that again. And that's not something I would wish it on anybody else. But anything other than like let's say a red flag is he's a mama's boy. I mean, some people take that as a red flag. I mean, you love your mama, but it depends on how much you love your mama to the point where enough is enough. Like, I'll consider it, but at the same time, I'm trying to see how far this relationship with your mama do. I
Okay.
watched the show on TLC. It's called I Love a Mama's Boy, and boy oh boy, a lot of women have a lot of patience than I do, because I would have been arguing with their mama. Nigga, you respect your mama. I do too. But the relationship we have, like, a lot of these women do depend, not women, but the mothers really do depend on these kids, these boys, to be their partners. And
Yeah.
some are married already. Their father is alive. So it's
Scary.
you
That's
gotta
scary.
watch the show. Like, I watched a little clip and then I was so attached to it. I was like, yep, every Sunday I'm gonna have to watch that shit.
You gotta send it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have to see what you're talking about. But I mean, all right. Well, just to break it down, give me like top three. Like, if you see them red flags, you're gonna be like, oh nah. So you explain one of them.
So top three would be abusive, mentally, verbally, all around.
Mm-hmm.
Second one, damn, I don't think I necessarily like. Oh, but this is also something that I've been conflicted with myself with. I would say baby mama or baby father drama.
That's
And
what
I
I'm.
say both because I deal with men and women, but like, there's got to be a level of respect amongst two, and like, certain things I just can't get with. Like, I understand there's obviously situations of that makes you angry, but like there's got to be a level of like, you pick and choose your battles. Like, being vaguely disrespectful, I don't know if I could get with that. And I think also being disrespectful to family too, because I'm a big family person, but at the same time I do understand people have different relationships, different issues, different family dynamics.
Yeah.
But if you show me that you have somewhat of a relationship with the family or whatever, the minute you start saying like fuck them, and I only say that like when it comes to parents, like you have a great relationship. I've seen things happen bad and good, but the minute you step out and say like fuck them, being mad disrespectful, that's something I would have to really, really think about. Like, I don't know if I can pursue this because you show me you're as close, but the minute you are angry, you be this whole different person. And like, I don't like that. Like, that's the whole like the term of being two-faced. I mean,
Exactly.
I get it. Everybody has different family dynamics, but still, like, there's a level of respect when it comes to family. Period. And if there's a conflict between you and somebody else, I don't want to get caught in the middle because you expect me to choose sides. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like it is. Like, yeah, they're wrong for whatever. You also wrong for this, but don't expect me to choose sides. That's not something I do. I don't like having to choose sides. I like to be real neutral. You're gonna hear both perspectives either way, but just don't expect me to choose sides when it comes to things like that. I don't want to be involved in that.
Mine are pretty simple then. Yours seem
Mm-hmm.
mine is like I'm trying to think. It was like the red flag. Probably not being able to have an intellectual conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like conversation is boring and stuff. That's horrible. Like that whole WID. It happens to girls. It happens. Girls do that too.
True. Absolutely.
Um, I mean, I'm just very picky. Like, you ain't got a big butt. I'm not talking to you.
Oh my gosh.
Just being real. I told my wife that. She knows. She ain't got a big butt. She
I'm
got it.
done. Oh my gosh.
That's a must.
Oh my gosh.
And then I'm trying to think. Probably if it's like a one-sided like I got to give more example. I can't really explain it. Have you ever done something for somebody and like did like up and above and then they just did nothing? Or
Yeah, all the time.
yeah, basically that type of like I'm trying to think. Like one of my cousins, he went up and above. He got this his like ex girl like promise ring. He took her out to a nice restaurant. He got her a necklace, and they went to go see some movie. And then
Mm-hmm.
like she got him like a T-shirt from Target.
Listen, the only thing I will say on that is, I mean, he
I
was
mean,
capable of doing that based on his budget. Now, as for the girl, if her budget is somewhat similar to his, okay, cool. But then at the same time, the one thing I tell myself, and I do advise with everybody else, is when you're doing something for somebody, you did it because you genuinely have some type of feeling for them, whether you love them, you respect them.
I mean, it was
One thing
after the
I
fact.
don't, the one thing,
It was
the
like
one thing,
he did all that, and then like a couple days later, she was like, "This is all I can get you," and then he was like, "I mean, yeah, they were young at the time, but that's like more an example of like,
like but he had the ability, he had the means to do that. And
yeah,
the only thing is for me, and maybe this would be another red flag for me, is if you're doing something, please do not have the expectations of me doing the same, because you don't, though we may be in a relationship, I may not put like materialistic on the same value as what you as well. Like, I'm thankful you brought me the promise ring and everything, but what I will give in return is my love and support. If I don't have that, eventually it will come down long in the road, but just don't have that expectation of having it to come back like that.
immediately, yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And just honestly, especially when you do things for people, don't have this expectation of it coming back, because a lot of people aren't going to do it. Like, there's times I've given, at least the most I've given is at least 500 to somebody, knowing knowing as I did wish I had the ability to get it back,
you
but at the
gave a
same time,
PS5 to somebody.
huh?
PS5
Yeah.
is $500.
I mean, yeah, but it was more so not necessary for that. It was more like for rent or some shit. But still, like, I I've always had this mindset is like I care for a lot of people in my surroundings. So I'm gonna help as much as possible. All I ask in return is to help me when I ask for it. I'm not expecting it right then and there. If you tell me you can help me, let me know. But don't have me don't remind me because I'm not gonna remind you if I ask the first time and you tell me, "Oh, I got you," just not right now. Cool. Just don't keep reminding me that you have the ability to do so, but you're gonna do it later. Now you're having me expect it to happen at a certain time, and
Yeah,
then now I'm feeling away because you made all these promises and yet you haven't, kept your promise. So when I do things out of genuine careness and love, but at the same time, I know people don't always have everything. I know people don't have the ability to do whatever, but it
that's
is what it
true.
is at this point. Like I take it, I wouldn't say more of a as a loss. I look at it as that me being placed here for a reason to help people. And when I get my help, I know it will come back 10 times fold.
There we go. See, not everybody like that.
Right, right.
Well, dang, that's kind of all I got right now. We kind of made it through pretty
All
quick.
right.
Well, this is I don't know. Should we make this like a season one and just start it all over, or a season three?
I would keep it the way it is. Unless you want to do that because you already have 2 seasons.
This is
Now,
true.
this is a revamp, so I wouldn't even want you've already introduced it as a revamp. So I would even say like, yeah, let's do a season 1. Hey, this is season
Season
3.
three.
We're doing a whole different style. Welcome, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So I'd keep it season 3.
All right. Well, hold
It's
up.
just a different style.
Let me end it out, man. Well, this is another episode of the 919 Aired Out podcast, and my co-host. I'm gonna put her, at on IG, Twitter. Get your following on. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
And
Appreciate it.
we're done.
All right.